Judith Butler's book, Precarious Life: The Powers of Mourning and Violence, is a collection of essays published in the aftermath of the September 11, 2001 attacks. The essays address the urgent national tragedy and the confusion, power struggles, and suppressed public dissent that followed. The book grapples with the politics of the time, exploring topics such as obituaries, indefinite detention, political discourse, criticism of Israel, and the role of media in dehumanizing others. Through these essays, Butler formulates a creative and sensate leftist ethic, demonstrating the possibilities of using critical theory in public political discourse. In the first essay, Explanation and Exoneration, or What We Can Hear, Butler examines the limited public debate about terrorism. She analyzes the narrative structure of the justification for military attacks on Afghanistan. Butler argues that for public debate to be productive, discussions about causes, effects, blame, and restitution must be nuanced. She calls on readers to recognize how their lives are connected to the lives of others and suggests that US foreign policy should be viewed as a necessary condition for the 9/11 attacks rather than their direct cause. This perspective challenges simplistic narratives and encourages a deeper examination of the complex factors that contribute to such tragic events. In the second essay, Violence, Mourning, Politics, Butler shifts her focus to the human body. Using the obituary column as a starting point, she delves into the politics of public mourning, pointing out how certain individuals are included while others are excluded, shaping who is considered worthy of proper mourning. This exclusion from public tribute and grief devalues certain lives, leading to their dehumanization and marginalization. Contrary to the prevailing view that vulnerability and grieving are negative aspects of loss, Butler argues that they can be productive forces that give rise to new social connections and relationships. In the US, vulnerability is often addressed through militaristic approaches, but she suggests embracing social vulnerability as a crucial aspect of our journey to becoming more interconnected as social beings. Butler introduces a new perspective on violence, advocating for viewing it through the lens of mutual interdependence and our capacity to feel the losses of others. By recognizing this shared vulnerability, we humanize the experiences of others instead of perceiving them as threats. This understanding of vulnerability forms the foundation of a post 9/11 politics that acknowledges the significance of our embodied presence in the world. In the third essay, Indefinite Detention, Butler makes a significant contribution to ongoing discussions about sovereignty and governmentality. Drawing inspiration from the ideas of Agamben, she re examines the concept of sovereignty in the light of Guantanamo Bay's transformation into a detention center. Contrary to Foucault's stance, Butler argues that sovereignty has not been overshadowed by bureaucratic and administrative state power. Instead, it continues to play a crucial role in contemporary governance. At the core of Butler's argument is the notion of sovereignty as the power to make exceptions and suspend the rule of law. Guantanamo Bay's use as a detention facility exemplifies this aspect of sovereignty, where the state possesses the authority to operate outside normal legal frameworks. Butler challenges the view that governmentalized state power entirely supplants sovereignty. Instead, she contends that procedures of governmentality actually serve to bolster and expand various forms of sovereignty, which cannot be reduced merely to legal frameworks. In other words, governmentality and sovereignty are interconnected and mutually reinforcing. The power of the sovereign state, particularly its ability to suspend laws, is diffused throughout the military protocols and operates through multiple levels and positions. The act of naming detainees within the confines of the law is significant, as it determines their status as citizens and human beings. The Bush administration's continuous reshaping of human rights law, according to Butler, fundamentally alters the relationship between individuals and the law. In her final essay, Butler explores the possibility of a new Jewish ethic of nonviolence, drawing from Levinas's concept of the face, which represents the extreme vulnerability and precariousness of the other. She questions the act of showing images of people on whom violence is committed, seeking to understand the significance of the physical presence of the body and its vulnerability in promoting a nonviolent ethic. Throughout the book, Butler skillfully intertwines politics, ethics, and relationality in the context of contemporary wartime situations. She emphasizes the importance of valuing oppositional voices and creating a sense of the public where they are not feared or dismissed. Instead, these voices can instigate a sensate democracy, fostering a deeper understanding of the human condition and promoting ethical transformation.